Thank you for listening to another episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast, where 518 golfs the Cape. We hope you enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast. This is episode 51. We are here for another week, and I have Hollywood with me tonight. What is up, kid?
What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Not much, man. Not much, buddy. We have a special guest coming on tonight, my man. Her name is Brynn, and she's a college golfer. She's out of Utah. She goes to Weber State, and she's been a fan of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast basically since we started. She's been following us, so she's cool as shit, bro. She is cool as shit.
That's
so
awesome.
Excuse my language if your daughter or she just heard me curse a little bit, but you know how I roll, man. We go edit free on this podcast, my man. But how you been?
Yeah, hanging in, man. The weather's been a little ridiculous for us upstate guys because we're used to getting snow by this time of the year, and we've sort of just had our first cold day last night into today. So I've been finishing up some outdoor projects for a couple of my clients, and then trying to swing the sticks as much as possible.
Hell yeah, man. We just played on Sunday. I mean, we're
What, you guys play Fair Park again?
Really good. No. Fair Park closed down, which, listen, they deserve a break. Those guys over there have been doing a great job all season, keeping that course beautiful. But we gave Mohawk River a shot.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're open all year long.
73,
72. Long. They're open all year long, dude. That's the one that starts off with 2 par 5s.
Yeah, yep.
Right off the start, which beats your ass. It's a tough course, dude. Fun layout. It's got 3 or 4. The par 3s, dude, every par 3 is 200 yards plus.
Yep. And depending on the wind, it could be a troublesome tee shot.
Right. So you're literally, I was trying to figure out what to use at 200 yards. I'm like, what happened to I love my par 3s, dude, that are like 130, 140, dude, where I can
but that 200 is just a pitch with your hybrid.
Oh, yeah. With my hybrid. I love you, dog. But yeah, man, my game has improved, man, since Nationals. It really has.
Hanging out with good company.
I have. Couple good golfers.
I hear the Upstate Golf Guys and the Am Tour are bringing an indoor league for over the winter to keep us polished.
Sure are, buddy. Sure are.
Shout out to Next Gen. I think that's where we're going to host it. They got TrackMan Sims, like 300 something courses, and I don't know if you've been there yet. I've played it a few times over the last couple of years with some of the guys from the Am Tour. Our director, runs an indoor league there, kind of, and that's sort of how me and Gio ended up getting onto the Am Tour. Was we played this indoor thing, and then Adam told us about the outdoor stuff. So it's just a great place. It's a good atmosphere. It's a great way to polish the game, and you get to play some courses that you would never be able to get on in real life.
Hell yeah, man. Um, I really not sure how I feel about indoor golf, to be honest with you. Listen, I love it keeping me in shape over the winter time and
Yep.
keeping me fresh. But for me, anyways, I don't know if you get the same feeling like around the greens. Like I'm a feel guy.
Yeah,
And
so
I
it
go ahead.
it does take some getting used to, but once you stop thinking about the screen being right there, like for the people who haven't played indoor or people that don't even play golf, a 12-foot putt in the real world is not always a 12-foot putt. It could be downhill, it could be downwind, it could be down grain, it could be a lot of things. So when you're on the golf course, you're not just putting towards the distance of the hole. You're taking into account all of those things. So you sort of have to train your brain the same way when you're playing indoor golf. I'm some people on the tour could attest to it. I'm pretty good around the greens. The
You're
first
damn
couple of
good. You're
the
damn good. It's
the
okay.
first couple of times I go to the indoor facility, it'll say I have a 13-yard chip, 39 feet, and I will hit my ball, and the screen is 12 feet from where your ball is on the hitting surface, and
Yep.
I will land it before the screen, and it'll say I hit it 30 yards. So that's the tough thing about getting used to it, because you can't affect spin the same way that you can in the real world. But so what I've tried to tell Adam to do is sort of, you do 6-foot gimmies, and you just keep the pace of play up. But four guys getting around Pebble Beach in 2 hours, it's a good time. You can have some fun. You can make some money with some skins. They have a bar, and then this specific place, Next Gen, has like 6 or 7 quality eateries around it, so you could just have a pizza delivered or get a hot
Yeah.
sub delivered. And so it goes back to what we were talking about the first time you had me on the podcast. It's about the camaraderie, and then you have a golf club in your hand, so it can't be a bad day.
It cannot be a bad day, my friend. You're right. I enjoy those nights out as well. It's a night out for us, man.
Right.
Day out, morning out, whatever you want to call it. It keeps us playing golf in the winter time, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah, man. Um, what else has been going on though with you, buddy, in the off season? I got to know, man. What's going on with Hollywood?
Uh,
You keeping
Kind
you
of.
keeping busy with the houses and flooring and all that shit, or what?
Oh yeah. Yep. Too busy. So that flip is still in the progress. We had a couple of hiccups with that, but nothing worth mentioning to our followers. And then
Come
this week I
on,
did
I want to know. I'm
just
just kidding.
the municipalities are, I guess, they're hard up for money, so they're finding reasons to over police projects, in my opinion.
Of course, they always do that shit, man. They
Yeah.
do that, man. A way to,
They
put
try
more
to
money
keep
in
the
your
good men
pocket.
down.
Of course, man. Of course, man.
How
But
about
listen,
yourself? What's going on in your
no,
world?
man, business is good, man. Business is good. It's coming back, buddy. It is coming back here in upstate New York. Things, I can smell it in the air, man. I can
That's
smell it in the
awesome.
air. Things are changing around here, buddy.
And then I
And
hear through the grapevine you might be moving into like a new studio slash living arrangement for yourself and the
yes,
family.
yes, a big suite, dude. It's gonna be fucking awesome. It's gonna be a really nice place.
So
I'm
maybe the
excited
next
for it.
time you have me on, I'll be in studio.
I think you should come over, man. Come. How long does it take you with super speed driving to get down to Troy, New York, from where you're at?
So what do you like? Exit 5 off of the 787? Is that how I would get there?
I guess I'm Troy, New York. So Freer Park, however you get to Freer Park.
Yeah, I'd be there in about 45.
Yeah, man. So I think you should come in studio for the next episode when I'm all set up there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. We're gonna have to
Why
get
do
an
you
energy drink sponsor for the podcast, though.
Fuck yeah. And you could bring the daughter, you could bring your little one and let the girls play in her new playroom, and me and you will podcast for like 2-3 hours. We'll just
Awesome.
kill it. Sound
I
like a
love it.
plan? All right.
Absolutely.
I love it as well, buddy. But we got Brynn coming on soon, man. And I'm excited to pick her brain and see what goes in the world of a college golfer. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I can't wait to inquire as to so what I know about collegiate golf is a lot of the universities get um, like severely discounted or free equipment from some of the top manufacturers. So that's going to be a couple of questions I have for like what's in the bag. Is it completely donation from that manufacturer? Or do the students have to pay, or is there some sort of booster program? Do they have a GoFundMe for the girls and boys golf team? What the
Yeah.
uniforms are? All that
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely, man. Absolutely. Ask away, buddy. The mic is yours, man. But I have a lot of questions as well, man. As a dad of two girls that are going to be growing up loving the game of golf, I'm curious if she just kind of was born into it type deal. You know, if it
Yeah.
seems that way, man. She's got a couple brothers that love the game, and her dad loves the game. And I'm just gonna ask her, I'm like, were you just born into golf? Like your
Sure.
family obviously loves it, and I love watching, man. It's a ton of fun. She does a lot of challenges with her dad and
Yeah,
things
so
like
she had
that.
to mow the lawn one time
Yeah,
because she lost.
it's actually great, dude. I have that video here. We'll share when she comes on, man.
Absolutely.
I made up a little video, a little whatever you want to call it, a hype video for her when she comes on. But you want to give our sponsors a quick shout out before she comes on, and then we'll get the ball rolling.
Without a doubt.
I love it. All right, buddy.
Hey, Mikey, you know anybody does any roofing?
Actually, I do, Raj.
Who you got for me, man?
Dude named Tom Murphy did my boss's roof. Actually does hands-on work.
Gets right up there on the roof, huh? The owner of the
Yeah, he
company?
does. Knows his shit, too.
That's awesome, man. Is this Thomas Paul Construction?
Yep, that's him.
Man, I heard nothing but good things about them. I'm actually on their Facebook page right now looking up some things. The pictures, the aerial view, they're really cool. He gets up there with the drone. You can see the before and afters of some of the work they've done. Go check them out on Facebook. They're a new sponsor here, the Upstate Golf guys. So make sure you guys go support Thomas Paul Construction, roofing and siding. Thomas Paul Construction LLC is a full-service construction company who specializes in roofing and siding, covering the greater capital region. You can reach them at 518-308-6794. Once again, 518-308-6794. And make sure to go check out their Facebook page, see some pictures of what they've done in the past, and let them know the Upstate Golf guys sent you.
Find your perfect putter and join the Lombardi family. Whether you have lead hands, the face on the TC PL22 takes the speed off the ball at impact. Or are you the type that leave putt short? You can try the PC308. It has the weight you need to make it to the hole. You will find that Lombardi has something special for everyone's particular putting stroke. The 1985 is not only the most affordable club, but is the most beautiful. With a sharp red zinc alloy head and a steepless shaft. The Nasso 66 is one of the best-selling mallets on the market. It has a clean straight line finish to help guide your eye through the ball, straight to the target line. The head with a clean black mallet finish and a 60-gram mate shaft and a Lombardi 3.0 crown grip. You want a custom logo? Lee over at Wedge FX has you covered. But if you want to spend a little more money and make some magic happen, try out the new Diamond Mallet Putter. It's an absolute gem. This is a one-of-a-kind design and is available in the Lombardi Custom Shop. This head is made from a futuristic, top-secret metal. It has the center shaft which prevents pushes and pulls, and it is by far the most forgiving putter in the Lombardi Custom family. Head over to LombardiGolf.com Upstate at checkout for a hefty discount, or reach out to the Upstate Golf guys as we are local representatives for Lombardi Golf. All right, I am back after that short Intermission with Brynn. What's going on, Brynn?
Nothing much. Excited to be on this podcast.
Hell yeah, man. It's Friday night, ready to party. Let's go.
Let's go.
Absolutely. So I know you're a Utah girl. Were you born and raised in Utah?
Yes, I was just northern Utah. So
Got you. Okay. And your school of choice was Weber State, correct?
correct.
Let's go. I love that about you. And I follow you on the Instagram, and you're a real fun follow. You really, truly are, Brynn. I enjoy watching you every day. You do a lot of box openings. You're affiliates with a couple of golf companies out there. Hollywood, I'm not sure if you follow Brynn on the Instagram, but
not as of yet.
No, you definitely should, man. She's a real fun follow, buddy. But yeah, Brynn goes to Weber State, which is a D1 school, correct? There's Brynn right there. Hell yeah. That's Brynn showing it off right there with her goods. But Brynn, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and your family? You're obviously a golf family. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, yeah. So let's start with my family. I'm the youngest girl of 3 older brothers,
Yep.
and my family is super athletic. We're super into sports. We love tennis and pickleball and golf, basketball, football, pretty much every sport. In fact, my oldest brother played basketball at Utah State and then went to a school in Texas. So played for them, UT Arlington, which is really cool.
Okay.
Yeah. And then no one else really like golfs other than me. But my story is kind of cool. So I grew up dancing and cheerleading and tumbling since I was 3 years old. And that's what I wanted to do in college. And because I did it in junior high and I did it in high school. And so I just like was super set on that. And then I didn't make the Utah State cheer team and I was like so sad. But I used to actually play basketball in junior high and my dad, when you're like a cheerleader in high school, you can only do one sport. And so my dad was like, okay, yeah, like you're playing golf. And I was like, are you serious? Like, we have a spring season. Like, you know how Utah weather is in the spring. Like, that's not going to be good. And so, yeah, he was like, you're doing golf. So then basketball got put to the side. I did golf. I played JV, shot in the hundreds. I was terrible. I was like, I didn't know how to golf. And then my senior year came and I was like kind of getting better at it, whatever. Didn't make the Utah State cheer team and was like, all right, we're putting golf like front. Like we are
Hell yeah.
dominating. And so got in a bunch of tournaments and everything and ended up at Weber State, which is so awesome.
Yeah.
But that's just a little bit about my story. It's a little different from pretty much everyone that I've ever heard. They're like all my teammates have grown up playing their whole life and they're really good. And I'm just like still trying to catch them. And
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Golf is a tough game, right, Hollywood?
I would agree. What's the makeup of you guys from in-state versus out-of-state at Weaver? Is it a good mix, or are most of you from Utah?
So there's actually only about 3 people from the men's and women's team combined from Utah. We recruit a lot out of Washington and Oregon.
So even
'Cause that's
colder
where
climates, so they come to Utah and it's like a break.
I think so, yeah. But we also have like a lot of like someone's from Ireland, Mexico. Last year one guy was from the UK, like super cool places. So that's kind of
That's
fun.
awesome.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Absolutely, Brynn. Now Weber State's D1. I just know that from doing my March Madness pools, and they've been in there a few times. I always put them as like a sleeper pick, but so I'm not sure if basketball is a huge sport for Weber State. Not really anymore.
No, not really. Like they have a
Okay.
game tonight. I'll probably go to, but
Got
like
you.
no one is really like, oh my gosh, like no one knows who
Really.
we play, and yeah,
Got you.
it's unfortunate.
Awesome. No, I see you have a really, really, really good relationship with your dad, and I dig that about you. I have 2 daughters. I have an 8-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old daughter. both love the game of golf. In Hollywood, your daughter is, I just got introduced to her. She's 8 as well. 7.
She's 7.
All right. Brynn, I mean, your relationship with your dad, I see it on Instagram. It's freaking awesome. I love it. My girls love the game of golf, and they see me going out there every weekend playing the game. They have their toy sets, and then they pick up their sets. But tell me about like your challenges and all that you do with your dad. You had a challenge that if you lost, you had to mow the lawn. Am I correct?
Yes.
Tell me about that challenge. What happened in that challenge?
Okay, well, I did it, and I just want to clarify. Every time I post a video and I look terrible, I got no makeup on, and it's just super last minute, it always seems to blow up. So I was really mad when that video blew up because, like, yeah, I lost, and I was like, okay, yeah, like, me and my dad have this bet, but I was like, maybe he'll forget about it. But then all the comments were like, where's the lawn mowing video? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
you saw
are
me.
you serious?
I was giving you the heat. I think I threw an emoji out there or something with
Yeah.
someone mowing the lawn. It was great. I was busting your balls. I had to give you the heat.
Yeah, and sorry,
ahead.
what were you gonna say?
No, I just said it was great. It was a great follow. Go ahead.
I just wanted, like, yeah, so me and my dad, we do a lot of challenges. And by the way, I've never mowed the lawn before. That was my first time, and my dad told me I was terrible. And I was like, honestly, I think that's a good thing. So then I'll never have to do it again.
Absolutely.
But
That's a family rule at my house from when I was a kid. When my parents first got married, they had moved in together, and my mom had started the laundry or whatever, but the towels were done in the dryer, and she asked my dad to fold the towels, and he did it like most men probably would. So he grabbed them out of the dryer and made a pile out of them. And she said, "That's not how you fold." And he goes, "I told you I don't know how to fold." So he never had to fold the laundry again.
That's great. I love that. I love
that's
that.
hilarious.
Now you also you had a video with a BYU golfer who you said is really, really good. Tell me about Cole.
Okay, so Cole and I are like best friends. He is probably the best golfer I've ever golfed with in my life. In fact, the other day we went out and played. And I mean, I was playing really good, ended up bogeying the last like 3 holes to shoot a 39. And so I was like, that's unfortunate. But Cole, on the other hand, eagles the first hole, goes birdie, 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 so forth, shoots 29. No, wait, what did he shoot? 29? Yeah, 29 on the front nine. And I was just really humbled. He was the best putter I've ever seen. We played like a couple holes, and on some of them, I would be inside of him by like, I don't know, 15 feet or whatever. Like I'd be probably 10 feet to the pin and he'd be like 30.
Yeah.
I would miss mine and he would make mine. And I was like, I think I need to quit. Like I was talking so much smack and then he just came out and I've never seen anyone hit it better. So
yeah, he
I'm
smashed.
pretty sure that's why golf's unfair, because you can hit a 350-yard drive and a 6-inch putt cost you the same amount.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I question myself, like the game of golf is really funny. You ever like wonder, so it takes you 2 shots to get to the green, right, Tom? And sometimes 4 putts to get in the fucking hole. Like, excuse my French. But like,
there's a lady on the podcast for you.
I understand. But like, Brynn, do you know my frustration? So it takes you like 2 shots to get to the big giant green, right?
Yes.
And then you go on these monster greens, and it's a nightmare, right?
Yeah, it's honestly
Brynn,
terrible.
you know the saying though, right? Drive for show and putt for dough.
Of course, man. Of course. So Hollywood, share your handicap with Brynn, this young lady. I know you could brag right now. Now's your time, buddy.
Currently, I believe I'm scratch.
Wow.
You son of a bitch. I hate you. He's really he's really good at golf.
It sounds like it. Yeah, he might have to give me some lessons. I don't know. I'm not
absolutely.
Do
you carry a handicap, Brynn, or no?
Not really. No.
Do you have a career best round?
Just like even. I've shot a 69 one time, but that was
great. That's
great.
Is
that at the college course, or is that like your home course you play with Dad?
No, that was just at this easy course that's just super local. So I don't really count it because I was like, I don't know. But I mean, it counts, right? It was on the
Count that
scorecard.
shit.
So
Count that shit. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
What's your elevation where you guys are? Like 5,000, or you're not quite that high?
I think it's like 4.
So do you know
I
it's a little
am,
more travel than when you go play in other states?
yeah, it's definitely a big difference. Like usually like a club. It
Was
depends like on the
did,
weather there, but
did that
I
take
got
some
you.
getting used to when you started traveling?
yeah, for sure. But me and my dad, we actually go on like a lot of golf trips, and so it's just like I kind of got like a feel for it and everything. So it's been
Nice.
good.
What's your
No.
favorite trip to date, like course or state that you visited for golf?
So obviously one of my favorites has to be Abandoned Dunes. We went there a couple
That's
Ah,
pretty
years ago.
awesome.
such
But
a
the thing is, I wasn't like into
bucket list.
golf. This was my senior year when I was just like, oh yeah, like golf's cool, but like I'm gonna cheer in college, you know? So
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate it. And I'm now like looking back at pictures, I'm like, that's the prettiest course I've ever seen in my life, and I just took that for granted.
Yeah.
But and another trip, I don't know what the course is called. It's like a really crazy name, but if you've ever been to La Paz, Mexico, there's like a super pristine, like really put together course. It was beautiful, and my whole family went there, and probably one of the top trips I've ever been on in my life. So that
Awesome.
was super fun
That's
too.
amazing. So
Did
Brynn, if you don't mind, Tom, I'm gonna
Yeah.
interrupt here. And I stole some videos and pictures from your Instagram. I do this with all my guests. I'm sure you've seen me do this, but I want to share a video I made. It's like a minute and 30 seconds long, and I deal with some cheesy music because it's all copyright shit. So, but do you mind if I interrupt and we watch this little video I
Do
made?
it. I
Let's
love
go.
it.
You ready? All right. Here we go. Here we go, guys. This is Brynn. Here we go. America, baby.
That
I
was
love
awesome.
that. You're
That was
definitely
dope.
gonna have to send that to me for sure.
I got you. I got you.
Although I don't know if I should laugh or cry that you put that actual video of me mowing the lawn in that, but
Of
we'll just
course,
leave it
man.
at that.
That was the whole part of that, man. I
You're
had to bust the chops.
It
Tom,
just
how
shows
about
you're
that
a
swing,
woman of
though?
your word.
How about that swing? What do you think?
I think it's awesome. I was going to ask a whole bunch of questions now.
No, go
So,
ahead.
Bryn, what are you, 20 years old and you're 5'8"?
Wow. 19 but 5'8", yes.
Okay. When's your 20th birthday?
February, so just coming up.
Nice. And are you tied down to one brand, or do you have a mix of equipment?
Like in the bag.
Yeah.
Um, a mix of equipment. I got fitted this summer for Strix on irons,
Okay.
which I was kind of like a little nervous going into because I know Strixon's a good brand, but a lot of my teammates play like the big TaylorMade, Titleist,
Sure.
Callaway, and so I was just like, but honestly, I hit them really well. And
What'd
then
they
I
fit you for? The
also
765 cavity backs?
no, I got the Strixon ZX5s.
Nice.
So yeah, I really like them.
Um, And then do you use the Cleveland wedges then, or are you a Vokey girl?
Yeah, I use the Callaway Jaws wedges. I just got them actually. Well, I had like the older kind and then I upgraded it to like the new version or whatever this summer.
And with the turf that you're playing out in Utah, do you utilize a higher bounce so that way it doesn't you don't take such deep divots? Or
Yeah, for
Dude,
sure.
can I talk about the Bermuda grass now, Tom? Can I
I
interrupt?
mean, you
That
can.
freaking Bermuda grass sucks. I hate Bermuda grass, dude. So,
You only
Brent,
hate it because you only played it one time.
we're from the Northeast, and we deal. What kind of grass do we play on, Tom? Help me out.
Kentucky Blue, Bent, and Poana is a lot of what we have.
Okay, and we
So
take.
it's dense turf, and the courses around us, the nicer ones anyway, they mow it really tight. So like our fairways would be consistent with a lot of the fringes that you would see on your collegiate tour. And they are typically firm during the summertime because a lot of the soil is clay based. So the guys up here are used to you get to compress the ball a lot with higher swing speeds, which generate more backspin. But so then you go down to a place like we played Hilton Head for the Nationals, and it's like hitting off of a pillow. It's very fluffy, and if you don't use it to your advantage and like take advantage of the flyer lies and stuff that you get, you end up hitting a lot of like puff balls, which I think is what Mr. Farina was alluding to from his time on the Hilton Head Island.
It was a nightmare, Brynn. I shot really bad. Really bad. I had a great time. Great company, great people down there. Met a lot of awesome folks from down south, but that Bermuda grass is tough.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so funny. I think I'm just used to it. So
got you. What did you think of that? I think you saw that alligator. What did you think of that alligator I sent you?
wait.
Do I have the video? I think I have the video on here. Here I can bring it up for you, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
Here we go.
bring it up.
Here we go.
Good 6-footer, 7-footer. Nose to tail. What's up, buddy? You got Chubbs' hand? Why'd you do that to Chubbs?
That's the funniest video I've ever seen, actually. Wow.
Love it. Tom, help me out. What's the local rule for alligators down there at Hilton Head?
You gotta play where it lies, bud.
Stop.
It depends on who you're playing with. When I was in champ flight, he's laying in the hazard. So if your ball went in there, it's in the hazard. If you're brave enough, you just grab them by the tail. They move out of your way, and you hit the shot.
Didn't you grab one? What happened?
Yeah,
when
I picked up a
one?
baby, and then his mom told me I should put it back down, so I did.
Brynn,
the course that I was on backs up to this a cul-de-sac of houses, and at the end of the cul-de-sac there's like a crab restaurant, and so they literally crab right out behind the restaurant and bring the crabs in and cook them, and I guess whatever is not eaten from the crab or whatever they throw back in the water, so there's just nothing but alligators behind this crab shack. And so on the bank of the golf course, it was getting dark and the sun was still there, and they must have been cold because they're not big bodied or whatever. So there was a bunch of babies. I grabbed one that was probably a little longer than 2 feet from snout to the tip of its tail, maybe weighed like 10 pounds or whatever. And then a giant thing moved in the water, and I put the alligator down and went back to golfing. I'm no Steve Irwin.
I would never do that in a million years. That is so scary.
Yeah, but in Utah, you guys got your own scary animals.
Like what? Like snakes?
No, you guys got scorpions in some parts of Utah. I'm not sure about if like where you're from, there's scorpions, but they're pretty scary.
I actually just played down at Black Desert, and it was beautiful, but my caddy was like, I'm so surprised we haven't seen a scorpion yet. And I was like, they're supposed to be around here? Like, you didn't tell me that before.
That's how you mark your ball.
Watch your back. Watching your back in the backswing. You got an alligator behind you. Jesus.
And then you guys have rams on the mountain. If they get out of hand, they could cause a problem.
Yeah, that is true. Gotta watch out.
Tell me about those rams, Tom. Holy cow. But Brynn, this guy got me so he offered to drive our rent-a-car. Tom, by the way, I'm still getting
tickets from.
I'm still getting tickets and notifications on my credit card from you, you bastard. So
you got to show them to me because I would just say somebody stole the car.
So, Brynn, we rented a car from our local rent-a-car, wherever it is. And my man Tom lives an hour south from me. So he was like, Farina, can you just pick me up on the way down to Hilton Head? And I'm like, sure, why not? I got you. I was traveling with my other co-host, Mikey. So, Tom, did you get us down there in record time, or was it like...
So you drove, I think you drove like the first 45 minutes after you picked me up. Then Mike drove. And then when we got down and it started getting congested, I was like, why don't you guys both take a nap? I'll drive.
Tell Brynn what happened from there.
So then you slept most of the way after you got comfortable with the moves that were being made. But the GPS said we had like 4 hours to get to where we were staying on Hilton Head. I think I did it in 2 hours and 10 minutes. But the trip back was the more fun trip because no one drove. We got up in the morning and I just said, I got this. And it's supposed to be like a little less than 15 hours. And I think we did it in like 10 hours and 45 minutes.
Record time. Tom, I think, peed in a bottle a few times.
Oh my gosh. What was the average speed?
Numbers that we can't discuss on an open forum. I'll DM you. But I've always wanted to do the cannonball run, which goes from a spot in New York City to California. I'm not sure if either one of you are familiar with that.
I'm not.
But it started in the 70s, and they made a movie out of it. But somebody set a record that'll probably never be beat because of COVID. They built a SMG 63 Mercedes and basically took the back seat out and put another auxiliary fuel tank in. They had pilots and drones and every kind of radar that you can imagine and scanners and whatever else. So they drove from the restaurant in New York City where it starts to the place in California, and they did it in 17 hours, 49 minutes, and some amount of seconds. And they have a YouTube episode about it. But there was nobody on the road because it was during lockdown. So from the day that the pandemic happened to their completion of the cannonball, I want to say was good night, honey, I love you. It took them like 4 months to build the car, and they were planning on doing the run anyway, but then they just went for it one day in the middle of the week when it was still lockdown, and they averaged 140 miles an hour from New York to California.
Oh my gosh. And you're wanting to do that?
Oh, I would have loved to do that, especially like if you get enough sponsors or enough lawyers or on the payroll, I would do it in a heartbeat. But in certain states, if you get caught triple digit speeds, they arrest you. They don't just give you a ticket.
So was it like the drones that would like go forward and like see if there was cops and stuff?
Mm-hmm. And they had friends in certain states that had like Cessnas or helicopters, and they would stay over the highway and scan ahead for local police.
Oh my heck, that just reminds me of a movie I just watched. Have you guys ever watched, I don't know what it's called, but like this millionaire like pays a bunch of guys that have like big cars and like what is that called?
Michael, the guy that played Batman is the guy you're talking about who is the millionaire who has the lighthouse.
Yes.
And the guy from Breaking Bad drives the Mustang across with the British actress.
Yes.
Yep.
Wait, that's so funny. So that's basically like that could happen in real life. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes, it can. Tom, tell Brynn the story real quick about the circles up by you and the police officer encounter or whatever happened. That's a great story.
Do you guys have, you could either call them roundabouts or traffic circles in Utah anywhere?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So not a lot of states have them. They're becoming more popular because they've proven to make the flow of traffic better. Where I grew up, right where our highway is, there's a highway and then an interstate and then a local road and then another interstate. And there used to be a big mile traffic circle to connect all four of those roads. And do you know what the term drifting means?
Yes.
Okay. So I drifted the traffic circle like 3 consistent times, and I was just going to keep going. But when I went to get off on the interstate, I had looked up the road a little bit, and there was a roadblock, and that was made up of sheriff's officers. And then when I looked on the local road, the local police department had a roadblock set up, and then the interstates had state troopers on them. At the time, my father was more friendly with state troopers than he was like other, local law enforcement. So I decided to get off on one of the roads that the state troopers were on. And in New York State, that could have been considered reckless driving and a lot of other things. But when I was stopped and the officer came over, they complimented my car control, but then they said, it was not bright and I should have stopped maybe after the first time. But so he wrote me a ticket for unsafe start, and I was young and still learning how to properly respect authority or whatever. I said, I don't know how I can get an unsafe start ticket when I was already in motion. And he said, well, I could write you for reckless driving. And I said, no, it's okay. I'll take the unsafe start ticket. And I went to court and it got thrown out.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Dude's a maniac. He's a military guy. He served for us. He's an awesome guy, Tom. Tom, you told me that when your heart rate goes down, as
the excitement level goes up, like if my adrenaline's flowing, my heart rate goes down.
That's insane. Isn't that insane, Brynn? The dude's a maniac. He's out of his mind. But let me interrupt. Brynn, do you have these things out there in Utah?
What are
these
they?
Things are fucking
Yes, I love those. Have you tried like the pink kind though?
Yes. So I own a store. That sells these. My dad.
Is it just the nerds that have the gummies inside?
Yeah,
I'm on a phone, so like you guys are this big.
Yeah, Tom, you ate them the whole ride down.
That explains why we were going so fast. I had a sugar high.
Hell yeah, my man.
And now I'm a diabetic. I got to go see the endocrinologist tomorrow.
But so Brynn, before we sign off for the night, I wanted to tell me like some of the nicest. What's the nicest golf course you've ever played on? Give it to me.
I just told you it was in Mexico. It was a family trip. Do you not pay attention when your guests speak?
Thank you, Tom. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, fine. All right, give me the hardest course you've ever played on.
Okay, well, how about nicest and hardest?
Sure, give it to me, Brynn.
So in the past summer, I went and played in a Northwest tournament in Washington, or I don't know what.
Washington State, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, and have you guys ever played Tacoma Country Club?
No.
I've never been west. I've never been further west than Syracuse, New York.
And before he went to Hilton Head, he had never been south of Kingston, New York.
Go ahead, Brynn. Continue.
Anyways, it was the nicest course ever. I wish I could put like a picture up here, but the greens were the hardest greens I've ever played, and it was a 2-day tournament. First day, this is embarrassing to say on the internet, shot an 88, and then the second day I shot a 75, which was like the best out of all like the states in Utah. No, sorry, like college girls that were playing in it say like, okay, good. I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. But basically, like girls from like BYU and like Weber State, there was a 73, but like a 75 on that course was like super good. So proud of that.
Do you find course knowledge? I mean, you probably came out day 2 because you saw the course, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's huge.
So were the greens challenging based on size, undulation, or like the fact that they were a turf that you hadn't been on before, so grain and how they were mowed like took your putting out of whack?
They were rolling like 15s. Like I could not get the ball to stop, and like there was so much like hills and everything, and like it wasn't necessarily that they were like big, but it was like you just like never saw like that break coming or whatever. So that's probably what
it was more parkland, so there were the big trees, like whatever, not redwoods, but whatever they have out there in Washington. It was a lot of trees, and then the fairways were wider, but like if you were off the fairway, you had tree trouble, or not that bad?
For sure. Yeah, like there was a couple holes that were just like straight trees. Like if you hold it or push it a little bit, like you're either screwed and it's going out of bounds, or you're getting the luckiest kick of your life. So
got you. What's your favorite club in your bag right now? Just today. The
Why
most
don't you guess first, Farina? Why don't you guess?
I would say your 7-iron from 153 out.
I'm gonna go with her driver because she has many videos of it, and it looks like she hits it with a tight little draw and probably carries it 240.
You guys are so nice. I would say driver for sure. So Tom, correct? Yes. I'm usually like pretty decent off the tee. Right now, a little struggling, but it's still a good club in the bag. And then oddly enough, my 50 degree, I swear, like you give me 100 shot, like I'm sticking that. Like I have so much confidence in my 50 degree. And if you have a confidence in a club, I swear it's just game over. So
huge difference. Huge difference. Can you throw a little backspin on that 50?
Oh, you know it. Just a little though.
Got you. Hell yeah. So who's your favorite PGA live player to watch? Give it to me.
Girl, boy,
whoever
One of each.
Okay, well, I have 3. So 2 boys, starting off with my future boyfriend Bryson DeChambeau.
I love you. I love it. Here, wait, hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Where is he? There he is.
Wait, is that her in the background?
Who, Brynn?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, is that me?
No, but I think that's Bryson celebrating with where is he? With our man right
McDonald's.
There we go.
He's fixing the ice cream machine that is always broken.
Wow.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that Bryson I love. But go ahead. Who's next?
Tiger Woods. That's just an obvious. I just love him. He's so inspiring, and like on TikTok and stuff, if I watch like an edit of him, it gives me so much motivation to just become the best player in the whole world. So, and then girls, just Nelly Korda. Her swing is unmatched, and I need to be her. So
I love it.
Did you guys see Bryson's YouTube channel? He built his new house and he put a green in behind it, and now he's trying to make a hole in one over the house. And his first shot was like 1.5 feet from it. The first shot he ever hit over the house, he almost made the hole in one. It landed just shy of the pin, hopped up either next to it or just past it, and it spun back to like 18 inches.
No, he's gotten so close every time. And I think he's on like what, day 11 now?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's been like inches.
And absolutely. Where is his new house? In Utah or no?
I have no idea, actually.
Hopefully. Well, I know that you might have to find out if it's your future husband.
I know. I'm gonna be researching that right after this.
Absolutely, you gotta take his power lessons, like swing hard with Bryson DeChambeau.
Literally, maybe I'll do a break 50 with him. I don't know if I could
do you think you could do it? You think you could break 50? I think Hollywood could, but Brynn, could you?
I think me and Brynn should take on him and Kyle Berkshire. We'll play the red tees, and they have to play the 800-yard tees. And then when I hit my tee shot, it'll be like Bryson hit the tee shot because I'll have 100-yard advantage on him.
There we go.
And I'll just hit it to 100 every time. Brynn will stick the wedge, and we'll tap in and move on to the next hole.
I think we just figure out the best plan ever to break 50. Maybe we'll invite Cole on this for a little putting, though.
Our first course will be like an executive course. We won't tell him that, though. We'll just like pretend that they're long holes. So we'll have to like not shoot the club head, but we're hitting 50-degree wedges to 100-yard greens all the time. We're like, Brynn drove the green again. And then we just go tap in for not eagle, but it is an eagle. We just have a whole bunch of twos.
Hey, tell Brynn about this spot that we hit up this spring. I'll show him. Tom, we didn't hear it, but tell Brynn about that spot.
That spot was awesome. I was saying, why don't you show her the closest to the pin shot from the weekend?
I don't have that right now.
Oh, I see. That's the only thing that you don't have. Everything else you got.
I know.
I'm guessing it was your shot, Tom?
It was. He had the top tracer on, and it was almost a hole in one. And it
I'll send
was
it to you, Brynn. I'll show. I have it.
Yeah,
I have it in
definitely
the.
send it.
Yeah,
it was right next to his family owns a condo or two on the golf course.
Oh, dude.
But the best part of the entire trip is this is his home club away. You know, so we're on Cape Cod. He's played this course I don't know how many umpteen times.
A
We
few
get finished
dozen.
with the fourth hole, and he goes, "Yeah, Tom, we'll go this way, and we'll be close to my house. I got to stop at my house." We played 4, 13, 14, 15. Then we're back on the front side, and I'm like, "Anthony, what'd you do?" He goes, "I don't know. I think we're out of place or something like that." Then we had to go back and cut in front of all these people to play the holes we were actually supposed to be on. And then the rest of the guys we're playing with were done like 45 minutes before we're done. And we come in, and I was like, I don't know. Anthony took us on a detour, and we
No,
played
the
these
best
holes in
part
the middle
about
of
this, hold
our.
on, Tom. The best part was when when we're on like hole 6 or whatever it was, and you're like, the GPS said we're like 755 yards away, and you're like, no, they redid the course a couple years ago, I think, and they never changed the GPS.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It was great. So yeah, we were lost. It was really fun, a fun weekend, Bryn. We
I
have a
just
lot
don't
of
know how
fun.
that'd be like if you took somebody in your backyard in your flower garden and you were like, yeah, the tomatoes are right over here, but then you ended up by watermelons. That's what it was like.
That's a
Yes.
great analogy, seriously.
So did you choose a major yet, or are you still just studying right now?
I declared professional sales over the summer.
Nice.
So it's been going really well. I actually just won a sales competition.
Hell
So I
yeah.
won $100 to Amazon if you guys need anything.
That's
But
solid. Thank you.
Are you? Why aren't you looking for internships with golf club manufacturers? Then you could hook us and yourself up and put your foot in the door to have a career in a sport you love, and it just keep getting better and better.
that is very true. I need to look into that. But
There
I
you
would
go.
do Cobra if you're gonna date Bryson, because that'd be an easy way. You could be his exclusive rep.
okay, yeah, I like that idea. I'll definitely look into it.
There
Especially
you
if
go.
Bryson comes to be my boyfriend, boyfriend because of that. I'll have to for sure look
Perfect.
into it.
Without a doubt.
Perfect. Bryn, what I'm just curious because I'm a what's the word? Affiliate with Lombardi putters. But what's your putter of choice? A blade or a mallet?
I like a blade. I actually have never putted with a mallet before. I don't have like too much experience with like trying out different clubs and everything like that. I wish I did. But my coach is very adamant about me putting with a mallet. And so we actually just did this thing a couple days ago. And have you guys ever heard of Gears Golf?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like it's kind of like that, but like putting. So like they look at like every like micro, like
Yep.
I don't know. It was the craziest thing ever. And apparently, this is also embarrassing to say over this podcast or whatever, but when I
No,
line up
yeah.
8 feet away from the hole, I'm lined up 8 inches right. I'm like, oh my gosh. And like I would have
But
never known.
so you're
But
closing your club head as you come through, and it works for you to be 8 inches right of where you think straight is.
I
Obviously,
mean,
you're making
yeah,
right.
obviously I need to fix that, but like I kind of cut at it a little bit. So
You need to have somebody manufacture you a putter that is set up 8 degrees open, so that way you just make your normal stroke, but it aligns you better.
wow, that is genius. Yes, I think I
Tom's
need
pretty
to.
all right. So Bryn, let me brag about my friend Tom real quick. Tom, what was your so when you went into the military,
Uh huh.
if I recall, they like you took the test and they didn't even know what to do with you.
Well, so the ASVAB test, which is a vocational test they give everybody that enters any branch of the military, is a standardized test. So they don't have like you can get a perfect score on it, but a perfect score just means that you have an aptitude for all the different batteries of exams that they give you. It's like, do you know what a hammer is? Do you know what a drill is? Can you do math and things like that? So that test score is not like some crazy statistic or whatever. Score that high, and then you tell people that you
I'm
want
keep going.
to.
I'm listening. I just got something to show Bryn after. Keep going.
When you tell people that you want to do armed combat, they're like, "No, you have a brain. You should go into this field." And you're like, "No, I don't think I'm going to do that."
Got you. So Tom, so this is Tom. Wait, ready? Can I show Brynn? Am I allowed to show Brynn this?
Whatever you want to show.
We're
Yeah.
staying at Hilton Head. Brynn,
Yeah.
we brought VR with us. Have you ever tried VR golf or VR headset?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it's so
Don't.
fun.
It's not worth it.
Don't.
This is Tom playing. Tom, what was? Let's watch the video and then maybe you could explain the game afterwards, real quick. Brynn, are you tight on time right now? Do you got to go?
No, you're good. You're good.
All right. Hold on. Here's Tom. Got him?
Got the guy. Got the guy.
Tom, Mikey and I were scared that was going to bring some flashbacks from the military, but tell Brynn what was happening in that.
Basically, I was a mall cop, and
Mall cop.
you walk through the mall, and they have all these like mannequins that come out. They're holographic mannequins that are trying to sell you shit. You got to shoot them. I'm just glad you got my good side, Aunt.
Yeah. You seem pretty flexible from that video.
I tried.
I love this guy, especially since he fought for our beautiful country and killed it. He killed it, man. Brynn, I got another video for you here. I want to make you. I like making you laugh. Hold on. Where is it?
That was a perfect video.
Those were
At first, I couldn't see who it was. I was like, "Oh, okay."
You got it. You got it. That's great, man. We have a ton of fun here in the Upstate Golf Guys podcast. We talk a lot of shit and edit free.
Politics caused a lot of grief for you guys at school this year?
Yes, actually, some of my professors, you know how it is, but they're a little tough when I have different opinions about certain things. So,
just as we all say over here, just speak your truth, because everyone else is doing the same thing, even if their truth isn't actually true.
That is very valid.
Right?
Yeah,
but if there's a spot opening up on the women's team at Weaver, I could be in.
Yeah, pull up. I mean, you could really.
Yeah, I'm just not going to shave my legs though.
She's dying over there.
It's terrible.
Brynn, what's your thoughts on Brynn? Can I ask your opinion? Now, you're a hardworking, beautiful lady in college sports. I think this is coming to an end, to be honest with you. But what are your thoughts of what's happening? And we're seeing it with that swimmer taking hard work away from these girls that are competing, and this guy's breaking records, and I'm going to call him a man saying he's a woman. What are your thoughts of it, really? See,
it's just like borderline. It's just unfair. Like, there's just no way. I don't understand how people just like can wrap their heads around, oh yeah, like that's fine, like that's fair for girls to go and compete against guys that want to be like girls or whatever. I don't know. I just at the end of the day, I'm like, that's just there's no way for me to win. There's no way for any other person to win unless that guy is there, like, or not there. You know what I mean?
Right. 1000%. Go ahead, Tom.
I was just going to say, I think the easiest thing for all sports across the board is at some point we determined as human beings in a society that we're civil, that men compete against men, women compete against women. So make a third option for people to opt into. If you would like to participate in it's the same kind of thing. It's a community. So if you want to be 6'8" and play on the mixed volleyball team, go play on the mixed volleyball team. But that mixed volleyball team should not compete against a bunch of female-only athletes who do not have the biological predisposition for height and strength, bone density, lung capacity, and things like that.
Bingo.
And it's so easy to do that, except for currently there is not a that community is not large enough to, for colleges to have a division of mixed sports. That's where the problem is. And it's just like the same thing. Our women's soccer team was better than our men's soccer team the last time that we had an Olympic soccer team or whatever. And they weren't getting compensated the way that the men's soccer team was getting compensated. But I tried to explain this to my niece. The reason the compensation is different isn't because they're less valued as athletes, it's marketing dollars. The reason why it costs more to run an ad on Google than it does AOL is because Google has a billion hits an hour, and AOL people don't even know about it unless they were born in 1985.
It's true.
So it's not, everybody takes it as like this giant dig, but Tiger Woods made professional golfers very wealthy. Before that, you can look back. There were people in Jack Nicklaus's era that were like number two and number three in the world, and they had full time jobs. They sold cars. They were in construction. They just happened to be really good at golf, but there was no money in golf. You win the U.S. Open, you got $4,500, which is a significant amount of money back then, but it's not enough to buy six McMansions and a private airplane. So Arnold Palmer, had all of his sponsorships. He was sponsored by an oil company, a plane company. He started his own club manufacturing. He partnered with other club manufacturers. He bought Bay Hill. He bought Pebble Beach with 5 or 6 celebrities, including Clint Eastwood. And that's how he made his money. Jack Nicklaus, the same thing. Then they would do the skins games where Shell Oil or DuPont Registry or Firestone, that's how they got all the money. Then by the time Tiger came along, he did a lot like what Michael Jordan did.
Right.
Michael Jordan made Nike who Nike is now. So when Nike got in, they were only interested in recruiting runners. So they were a running shoe company. They weren't even building basketball shoes yet. And then their basket, like you could watch the movie, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck just did it, and I think it's called Air. But Ben Affleck plays the guy that created Nike,
Okay.
and Matt Damon plays his top salesperson for basketball. So Matt Damon goes out to the Jordan household. Converse and Adidas had already offered Jordan ridiculous money, but they would not give Jordan the deal that his mom wanted, which was, if you're going to use my son's likeness and his name on the shoe, he's going to get back end on this. And that's how the brand Jordan was created.
Okay.
And so now Jordan's worth $7 billion. The last time like anyone checked or whatever, he sells 300 and something $1 million worth of shoes like every 6 months. He has clothing attire. He's branched out into other sports. So now you can get Jordan golf shoes, and it's all name recognition. So
Yep.
now Tiger just did that, and he partnered with Ghost Golf. They're going to make the Sunday Red golf bags. I heard that the starting price range for a Sunday Red golf bag starts at 450, and that's for like one of the weekenders that holds like 3 wedges and a tee, and then they go up to like $11,000.
That's insane.
Oh, wait, he just partnered with Ghost Golf?
Yeah, to make his bags. So have you
Oh,
seen his new attire line?
I haven't yet, no.
Okay, so when he left Nike and he had that car accident in the Genesis after the Genesis Open or whatever out in California, his foot wasn't in good shape, so he went back to wearing FootJoys. And now that he uh, didn't have an attire brand, he started his own clothing company, and so it's called Sunday Red. And there's
Yeah.
like a embroidery thing here that's like the skeleton of a tiger or something like that.
I'm sorry, dumbest logo ever. But go ahead, Tom.
But so
I
now he's
hate it.
making
I hate it.
shoes, and after he started making shoes, I guess because he figured he wants to go soup to nuts. Now he has a bag. Your alignment sticks. He has an alignment stick cover. You can get that real cheap. That's $250.
Oh my
to keep
gosh,
to
that's
keep your
crazy.
plastic sticks from getting scratches, you want to scratch the $250 leather thing up. But yeah, so it's one of those things where I play with a guy that'll only use red plastic tees.
Uh-oh. I lost Tom's audio. Hold on, Tom.
Oh no.
Before Anthony figures out his next
Go ahead.
question, what you have any superstitions on the golf course, Bryn?
Um, I feel like I do. I'm actually like really weird about that stuff. I can't think of any right now, but I can think of one that Cole does that he probably is going to kill me for sharing. But he won the State Am last summer and he wore the same socks for every single day. For match play the first day, match play the second day. And I'm like, I'm never seeing you ever again after you told me that.
How
I
did
was,
that, how did that smell? How did those socks smell without
oh, I hope you threw them away. I'm like,
I'm
there's
pretty
no
sure
way.
she didn't go around sniffing them, buddy. Um,
Shout
so
out Cole.
they're I have a ball marker right here. So sorry, I just went in my drawer and grabbed like a ball marker pair. So there's people that I play with that like their big superstition is they take the ball mark and there's hold on, let me get it. So like this one's the links at Unionville or whatever. So when they have a left to right putt, they put the logo towards them. When they have a right to left putt, they put the logo away from them. And then if they like have to move it, so they remember to move it back, they put this side up and then put this side back. I've seen a lot of stuff like that that they call a superstition. I just call that smart, so that way you remember what your thought was. Um,
Honestly, genius.
Right?
well, because it's such a mental game. If you're focused, if you're locked in on certain aspects of it, the little stuff can go, awry.
True that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, Bryn, are you going to continue competitive golf after college, do you think, at all, or just get in random tournaments? What are you going to do?
I'm really like trying to decide that right now. I've been asked that a lot recently. And honestly, like I would love to go like on the LPG. I think that would be so sick. But with
Hell
my
yeah.
story and how late I started, I'm just like I don't know if like I know I could, especially with my work ethic and like how good I've gotten with how little time I've played, you know? But I'm just like I don't know if that's like really what I want to do deep down. And now that I started kind of like this influencer content creator page and it's going pretty well. I'm like, there's a lot of girls that are like influencer golfers and a lot of girls that are like pro golfers, you know? And I'm like, I kind of fit like the influencer golfer and I would still love to like play in tournaments here and there. But there's just like a lot of opportunity with social media and everything. So I think
Oh, yeah,
something
man.
along those lines.
Good for
But
you.
still trying to figure it out.
Good for you. You're young enough.
You just got to do a charity scramble once a week and get the sponsors of the tournament to give you the merch, so that way you can give them shout outs. Get to play free golf for the rest of your life, and you end up with a closet full of goods.
I think you have the best ideas of anyone I've ever been around. So
There you go, Bryn. Take it and run. Take it and run. All right. But I agree, man. Listen, do you have any affiliates that you work with that you would love to give a shout out right now on my podcast?
ooh, that's a good one. I just actually worked with Ghost Golf with their new holiday sale, so that was cool to hear that Tiger's working with them as well. Um, ooh, I also just started working with G2G bars, if you guys have ever heard of them. Best protein bars I've ever had, like off camera,
Okay.
seriously best.
They're good.
You guys need to try them. I would take that over a candy bar any day. So,
Are those
Really?
the ones that do like first tee and 10th tee, or that's not that brand?
no, I think it's like a Utah-based brand, so I'm sure you guys probably haven't heard about them, but they're
I
at
don't
like
think
every
it.
thing.
Awesome.
Nice. Cool, man.
Is that
Um,
your
Yeah.
so now that you're working with them, that's your go-to snack on the course? But before that, did you follow in like Bryson's footsteps? You had two protein shakes and like a banana or something in the bag.
So I didn't really get what you just said. Sorry, you
Oh,
like
go
cut
ahead.
out a little.
so like when you're going to a tournament, do you pack a like a lunch or a snack for your bag so that way it's in there? Am I
Um,
cutting out
so
again?
I'm actually weird. I'm starting to eat more on the course for sure, but like if I'm like tournaments used to make me sick because I didn't
Mhm.
have much experience with them, so I want to eat one thing throughout. And I'm like getting more into like sports psychology and like finding out my mind and how it works and stuff. And I heard, this is a little tip for everyone, when you eat, it kind of like doesn't make you react as fast. So like if you hit a
Right.
bad shot, you're not going to be as mad. So I make sure I pack at least a couple snacks, but I'm just like my appetite, I'm just like in game mode. You know what I mean? Like I'm not there to like munch and like eat a good lunch. I'm there to like dominate. So I'm not like thinking about eating and stuff.
Good
So yeah,
thoughts.
I just packed a couple snacks and stuff, but nothing huge.
So look into this because I could be misremembering, but I think if you eat potassium, magnesium rich foods like bananas and nuts and stuff like that, it goes along with your psychology thought. Where when you eat magnesium and potassium, those are good for the body to keep the fluids moving, like you stay flexible and you don't cramp as much. But it also keeps you mentally fluid, and you have the ability to adapt to different stresses easier.
That's crazy. I actually haven't heard about that, but I need to look into that more because
Yeah,
that's so interesting.
Tom's way smarter than me, man. Some of the shit he says just goes way over my head. I love it though. I love it, man. Give me one of your favorite box openings.
Probably my Stanley Cups that I got. It was so surreal to like work with them, and I was just so excited because I love Stanley, and I don't know, it's a probably like a Utah girl thing, so you guys probably don't understand, but like Stanley Cups are huge here.
It's across
So
the nation.
so yeah, I was super excited about that
Hell
one.
yeah. Good for you. Awesome. And I had one more question for you, but I lost it. But is there anything else you want to get out there to my people and all my listeners? And I really appreciate you taking the time tonight, Brynn. I had a blast.
No, I did too. We're definitely gonna have to do this again. I'm not
Anytime
a
you're
big
welcome on.
podcaster, but I'm getting into
Yeah,
it and I love it.
absolutely. You're always welcome. Use my platform. Where can my listeners find you?
I'm on my Instagram, Brynn Bischoff Golf, and I actually just started up a TikTok, so hopefully that goes well.
Got you.
Same
So go
image.
follow my I literally don't have TikTok on my phone. Like
What?
I have too much going on right now. I know, but Upstate Golf Guys podcast does have a TikTok. I have a guy running it, younger guy who's taking care of that for me. So go give Upstate Golf Guys podcast a follow on TikTok.
For sure. Will do.
All right, Brynn, give them love over there. I appreciate that. And again, I really appreciate you taking the time tonight and chatting with Tom and I. I had a blast. And I really also appreciate you giving the Upstate Golf Guys podcast all the love and support that you gave us since we started this thing almost a year ago. I saw you following us. I saw it. And we appreciate it. All the likes, all the shares, everything helps. It really does.
No, same with you guys though. Like I remember when I like had like 500 followers, you guys were still like liking all my stuff. I was like, these guys are G's for real.
Yeah,
So
we try, and absolutely. So anything that we could do to help you out and vice versa, let's grow this thing
yes,
together. Let's grow it together and
let's do
to the
it.
moon, to the moon. All right. I appreciate everybody tuning in to another episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast, and have a good night, everybody.